Hello everyone, glad to have you here. Subscribe and activate the bell so you're the first to see new videos.
At the beginning of our story, we're in Africa, somewhere so hot that your sweat sweats. There, we meet an American doctor named Andrew, who's come all the way from the US to help people, a noble cause, until he suddenly gets word that he and his wife need to run, fast, because Boko Haram terrorists are apparently on their way to find them. Andrew, naturally in full panic mode, runs to his wife Sue and tells her everything. The couple doesn't waste a second. They pack up, emotionally, not physically, and rush to the nearest airport. Not long after, a sketchy pilot named Grun shows up and urges everyone to get on the plane. He bribes the airport official to get clearance, and just when he's about to take off, Andrew and Sue arrive. They beg Grun to take them on board. He agrees, but only in exchange for a fat paycheck. Oh, and he makes it clear, no luggage allowed. They hop in, the plane takes off over the blazing African desert, and things seem okay. Until, well, they're not. Turns out, the plane was overloaded, no thanks to some mystery cargo, and Grun loses control. Boom. Crash landing in the middle of a vast savanna. Andrew wakes up, probably with a headache, and sees that everyone's alive, except Gracie. Worse, Sue's leg is trapped under a seat, badly injured. Max, heartbroken, buries his wife. Meanwhile, Andrew does his best to bandage Sue's leg, believing help will arrive soon. But Grun, being the optimistic pilot he is, casually mentions, "Yeah, I think we landed inside a lion preserve. So, those lions? Probably already sniffing out the smell of blood. Lovely." He warns them they need to get moving. Lions usually hunt at night when it's cooler. He tells Andrew to bring his wife and join them. But Sue, being a woman of faith, insists Andrew go without her. "God's got me," she says. Andrew refuses. He's staying. Grun, ever the team player, refuses to give Andrew a gun, saying help is coming soon anyway. The group sets off, Grun in the lead, hoping to find a village. Max isn't buying it. He says Grun is taking the wrong path, but nobody listens to Max. Meanwhile, Andrew discovers the plane was carrying rhino horns, illegal rhino horns. That's likely what caused the crash. Great, the group runs out of water and strength. Grun promises there's a village just over the hills. But when they get there, oops, wrong direction. Max snaps. He takes Grun's gun and accuses him of murder, blaming him for Gracie's death and leading them into a death trap. He storms off alone to find the village. The others eventually return to the crash site, just as a group of lions starts approaching the wreckage. Andrew realizes what's happening. Hours later, the group returns to find the lions have attacked Andrew and Sue. Andrew, broken, says he couldn't do anything to save her. He buries Sue and tells Taboo, "A lion came. Killed her right in front of me. I was helpless." Later, Grun tells Taboo that the lions will return by nightfall. They need shelter, and fast. The only safe place? The locked cockpit. But there's a problem. Only 3 people can fit. And surprise, they're 4. They talk to Andrew, who's not in the mood for teamwork. He blames Grun for everything, calling him out for smuggling the rhino horns and causing the crash. Grun fires back, saying, "Hey, you chose to stay behind. Your wife kept saying God is with me, remember?" As night falls, they hold a lottery to decide who'll sleep outside. Unlucky draw? Tiger. Naturally, he tries to buy his way out. "Taboo, I'll give you $1 million if you sleep outside instead." Taboo declines like a true hero. Night comes. The 3 survivors lock themselves in the cockpit. Tiger is left outside, and somewhere in the dark, lions attack Max, who had wandered off earlier. He fights back with bullets, until he runs out. And then, well, so do his chances. Later that night, while Tiger dozes off under the stars, bad idea, a lion creeps up on him. Grun sneaks out of the cockpit in the middle of the night. To pee, of course. But before heading back in, he wakes up Tiger and tells him to keep the fire going. Big responsibility for someone who clearly loves naps. Meanwhile, a snake casually slithers into the cockpit. Classic Africa. Grun locks the door behind him, completely unaware of the new uninvited guest. A few hours later, Tiger falls asleep again and lets the fire die out. Literally. That's when the lions show up and turn him into a midnight snack. Andrew, ever the heroic idiot, tries to rush out and help. He cracks the door open, sees a lion charging, and immediately locks it again. The snake that snuck in earlier decides to make its move, right on Taboo's leg. Bam! A venomous bite. Andrew quickly grabs a knife, slices open the wound, and tries to suck the poison out like he saw in some movie once. Morning comes. The remaining survivors crawl out of their metal coffin and start moving. But Andrew suddenly sits under a tree and says, "I'm done. I want to die here. Maybe that way I'll be with my wife again." Emotional? Yes. Practical? Not at all. Grun and Tabu leave him there and head off until they spot a car approaching. Salvation? Nope. Plot twist. It's a group of armed smugglers/terrorists. They find the rhino horns and immediately accuse the group of trying to steal from their country. Naturally, they assume Tabu was the insider and boom, shoot him in the head. Just like that. One of the three men hops in the car to go get a truck for the horns. The other two stick around and eventually fall asleep. Bad idea. Andrew and Grun take the opportunity to finish them off while they're snoozing. Two less bad guys in the world. They continue their journey, but Andrew, still overwhelmed with grief, begs Grun to leave him behind. Grun refuses. He drags Andrew along, even hauls him up a cliff. But then, oops, Andrew slips and falls all the way down. And that's when Grun notices. The lions are coming back. As they start walking off, a gust of wind picks up, carrying the sweet scent of Andrew's blood right back to the lions. Like a GPS ping for predators. They turn around. Game back on. Andrew lies there unconscious, with a scorpion casually strolling over his face like it's just sightseeing. Grun, frozen in place, tries not to breathe. Then, maybe out of guilt, maybe out of courage, he whispers to the unconscious Andrew, "I'm gonna save your life." So what does he do? He smears Andrew's blood all over himself and runs off, basically yelling, "Hey lions, free buffet over here." Total distraction play. Hours later, Andrew wakes up somehow still alive and starts limping along until a pack of hyenas shows up. Because why not, right? Luckily, lightning cracks across the sky, freaks the hyenas out, and sends them running. Oh, and rain starts pouring too. Classic dramatic timing. Has a vision of his wife. Moments later, some local villagers find him and carry him to safety.